Oh, a microphony.
And a phony at the mic.
Quiet, numbskulls, I'm broadcasting.
The Doctor of Discernment is now online.
You know, much like my show, in that it's a local reaction to things that are happening on a federal level.
Dispensing a daily dose of common sense. No prescription required.
Wow, do I have a boatload of stuff for you, from the crazy to the absurd. Let's start getting into it because, I mean, it is bizarro world out there. And I say, if it's obvious to me, it should be obvious to everybody. Oh, wow. Who could have seen this coming?
This is the Fourth Hour with Greg Belfrage.
Hold on to your butts.
Broadcasting from my basement bunker beneath Kello Radio. Welcome to the Fourth Hour. I hope you had a great weekend. Great to have you along again this morning. Marjorie Taylor Greene is the story this morning. She is, and I have to laugh out loud. I searched to see what the latest news is. Marjorie Taylor Greene. Oh, the headlines, man. This is the New York Times. Marjorie Taylor Greene's resignation hints at divisions in Trump's movement. And this is where the media is at. They're making, this is all about divisions in Trump's movement. Oh, Trump's movement starting to come apart. I saw a similar story earlier this morning at Politico. I don't believe any of it. And then here comes some of the local media. Donald Trump's fight with Marjorie Taylor Greene is a warning sign for Republicans. Other headlines. Oh, Nick Fuentes. You know what a nut Nick Fuentes is. This is why I didn't vote. Nick Fuentes, that's the quote. Nick Fuentes blames Trump for allegedly forcing Marjorie Taylor Greene out of Congress, claims MAGA is dead. Oh, man. Marjorie Taylor Greene resigns. $25 million fortune in hand, claims to fight for the little guy. So the whole thing is just, and here, NPR, how Marjorie Taylor Greene's resignation is changing the Republican Party. I'll tell you what, if I want news about what's going on with the Republican Party, the last place I'm going is to National Public Radio. NPR, oh, you have got to be kidding me. Changing the Republican Party. Oh, please. I welcome your comments. Don't be afraid to comment. I'll take a look. I'll check the comments because I love knowing what you're thinking, how you're seeing this. This is just, give me a break. I have thought that she is off the deep end for a long time. I was talking about this on the air this morning, and I just, I don't wish her ill, but I'll be glad she'll be out of the national spotlight. Honestly, she was a bit of a loon for me. I'm just speaking. I thought she was, in deep water most of the time. Okay, whatever. I just thought she was a little bit crazy. There's a lot of that going on in the country right now, and especially in Congress. You have some members, both Democrat, Republican, doesn't matter. You get some members, you go, what? I mean, where are they coming from? The raw story, which is so leftist, the raw story, can't take the heat. Ex-Trump ally Marjorie Taylor Greene slammed after her resignation. I'm not slamming her. Seriously. If her and Trump are on the outs and Trump gives her a little bit of heat and she's going to melt down, whatever. Then it makes me wonder, she's out there trying to sound high and mighty that, well, it's all about, Washington and, real American, we can't change Washington. And this is how it, and I'm watching Trump. I'm like, it's not what I've seen. Not what I see. I see Donald Trump going in there. The idea that nobody can go into Washington. Now, again, Donald Trump's got money, no question. I think that is part of why Trump is who Trump is, right? Is because he has been wealthy, growing up wealthy, doing well, but has made wealth, understands wealth. A lot of us don't, but Marjorie Taylor Greene, oh man, I'll just be glad when it is all done and over. Steven Cruiser has a piece at PJ Media this morning, and his comments caught me. He said, he enjoyed her time in Congress, that she was a firebrand who didn't avoid confrontation. He said she was fiercely loyal to Trump for a long time. These last few months have gotten out of control. If she decided to remain in office and was able to win again, I fear she would have continued to go the never Trump route. I totally agree. I don't know what it is that once, excuse me. Sorry about that. That once folks start down that road, the never Trump road, it's like, okay, what set that off? Where does that come from? I just don't get it. And Cruiser says it's going to be quieter in the House of Representatives without Marjorie Taylor Greene roaming around. The Trump haters will be feasting on this news for a while. Expect a lot of mainstream media drivel about MAGA being shattered or something. What did I just read? All of those headlines. Yeah, MAGA is shattered now. Oh, Marjorie Taylor Greene's gone. Oh, what will become of our precious MAGA? Oh, give me a break. A lot of rumors that Greene wants to be Georgia's next governor. And he says we'll be hearing from her again. And I expect that we will. I don't expect that Marjorie Taylor Greene is out of politics. I'm just kind of glad she'll be out of the national spotlight for a while. Scott Bessent was on Meet the Press yesterday, and he said Americans should start seeing lower prices on some products within weeks. This is great news. And he said in March, he wrote a piece that the three I's that were killing Americans: immigration, interest rates, and inflation. And he says President Trump has closed the border and the mass immigration is gone. That was putting a lot of upward pressure on housing, downward pressure on wages. And he says interest rates are down. And now we are starting to see the affordability. The prices get better. We had a very big October for home sales, energy prices, gasoline is down. We believe healthcare is going to come down. We will see an announcement this coming week on that. And so across the board, prices are starting to come down. We're having Thanksgiving week. He said this will be the lowest cost for a Thanksgiving dinner in 4 years. Turkey prices are down 16%. And I wonder if that will be the case. I thought I had another story with Scott Bessent. Oh, yes. He's also talking about, he didn't hold back regarding what needs to be done if another federal government shutdown occurs. So he wrote an op-ed, and he was on Meet the Press. It's one of the things he talked about on Meet the Press is he was talking about Democrats shutting the government down, and he said, Democrats haven't been able to stop President Trump in the courts. They haven't been able to stop him in the media. I know, it's beautiful, right? It's beautiful for the American people. But Bessent is right. And he said, so Democrats now, they had to harm the American people. And he said, if they go down this route again, nuke the filibuster. And this is a piece by Matt Vespa at Town Hall. And he said the problem is that fell on deaf ears in the Senate. Republicans were not keen on nuking the filibuster, being an institution that prides itself in history. I'm listening, as I've told you, to John Kennedy's, Senator John Kennedy of Louisiana. has a really, I find it a really interesting book. I find Kennedy a very interesting person and character, very intelligent, very funny, and his sense of humor comes across in his book, just loud and clear. So Kennedy was talking about, one of the things he talks about is all of the things, the traditions and whatnot, especially in the Senate, all of these Senate traditions, and nobody really seems to understand where they come from or why they do them. And you just kind of learn that, this is just the way we do things. And I think for those of us who had never been big believers, and that's the way you do it because that's the way we've always done it, you're not a big believer in that, I think what it seems like is you're just reluctant to make change because no, that's something we won't touch and we're not going to do it. And I have yet to hear a compelling reason from anybody as to why you can't nuke the filibuster. So Vespa writes about it at today's town hall. And he said some Republicans hesitate to end the filibuster out of fear that Democrats will one day use that same power against them. But Democrats will use that power against them, whether Republicans end the filibuster or not. Sound familiar? It's an argument I've been making for weeks. GOP senators who defend the filibuster are ignoring basic game theory. As the classic prisoner's dilemma shows us, in a repeated game, the player who always cooperates with the opponent, who always betrays, is doomed to lose. Yeah, unfortunately, I agree with that sentiment. Makes a lot of sense to me. Doge is no longer. So Doge actually has dissolved. You can find a story at the New York Post on this. And so I did mention this briefly on the air, but Doge, you'll remember Elon Musk was leading Doge and Vivek Ramaswamy was there for a short period of time before he moved on to other things. Trump, they had like 8 more months because Trump, you remember months ago, the president had said when Doge was started, he said their work will conclude no later than July 4th. Well, we're about 8 months short of that. So Doge is done. And I wonder if without Elon Musk, because he was the driving force really behind Doge. It was Elon Musk and what was going on. So suddenly Elon Musk goes back to the things that he's doing and is without, I think, his energy and his insight and his leadership. We'll see. I mean, I hope we continue. Senator Joni Ernst of Iowa is someone who has been a big champion of Doge, and she stays on a lot of these issues. So I'm interested to visit with her next time I have a chance to talk to her about this, because she believes, like many of us, government waste, she really, I think, almost takes joy in cutting the waste out of the federal government. So it'll be interesting to see what happens now that Doge is really no longer, there is no Department of Government Efficiency. Also, the president today suggested this was a post on True Social. He was writing about the peace talks that will be ongoing between Russia and Ukraine. And he said, is it really possible that big progress is being made in peace talks between Russia and Ukraine? Don't believe it until you see it, but something good just may be happening. And Marco Rubio has been out there talking about that at length. And I shared some of the things he's been saying, I've been sharing with you during the radio show. And that's a run at what I've got for you here this morning. I want to remind you, no Greg Belfrage show on Thursday and Friday this week. So we'll be closed down for the Thanksgiving holiday. No Greg Belfrage show Thursday or Friday, which means no fourth hour Thursday or Friday. and then I'll be back in the office on Monday. But we'll be going strong through certainly through Wednesday. And I appreciate you being here. You have made it to the end of the video. So if you have, congratulations. You are part of my gallery of champions. Special salute to the Bunker Brigade. Those are the folks that are here each and every day, and they're commenting, sharing their thoughts on a variety of these things. And I love hearing from you, whether it's email, whether it's phone calls to the radio show, whether it's, on social media. I love interacting with you. And thanks so much for being a part of what we're doing. Couldn't do it without you. So until tomorrow, my friend, I'm underground and gone.